Not that you asked, but here's my analysis. Which Pokemon is better, Miraidon or Bellibolt for the Blaziken raid? I have Miraidon ready to go, so I've been trying that. The first strategy that I saw online was to have Miraidon use Metal Sound ×3, charge up and use the Electro Drift. Yeah, that does not work. It's one of those strategies where they're like, oh, well, for this to work, you need to have 2 NPCs with Intimidate, and then you need all of your Metal Sounds to hit, and it's Shield to not go up early. And no, that's not working. I got bodied like 10 times. Earthquake, once he gets that energy on. So that's the one-hit KO strategy. I mean, it can work if you get incredibly lucky and they paralyze it and you get an Intimidate off. But overall, I find that Miraidon is pretty squishy when it comes to this Tera raid battle. Oh, look at that. You see what I'm talking about? Oh, Blaziken avoided the Metal Sound. How convenient for Blaziken. Shield goes up early, but you know what? My allies, the Bellibolts, they're tanking. They're hanging in there. I do pretty much the only thing in the last turn that I could do, put up the Reflect, try to mitigate the damage as much as possible. Osiris talked about this on his channel, that the Acid Spray is more consistent with Bellibolt because you can just use the Acid Spray through the shield. Shout out to Osiris, though. Your videos are awesome. Great strategies every time. Thanks, bud. So at this point, Miraidon is somewhat useless. The only thing I can think to do is just use the Hang Tough, increase the defense of the squad. Electro Drift is not going to do much damage right now. I did give it the Magnet to increase those electric-type attacks. Ugh, I feel so horrible when I screw up people's raids and faint like that. But you know what? We're still in this. Bellibolts are hanging tough. Slamming the Parabolic Charge, healing up as they go, whatever little they can. And I'm just clinging on for dear life. Just keep boosting their defense. There we go. We got the first terrestrialization. Let them take care of the heavy damage. And just make sure that they survive, pretty much. Blaziken's got something like super speed in this raid. He's just blasting off attacks left and right. So since we got the Reflect off, I think we can take this Earthquake pretty easily. I thought about using a couple of Pokemon with Charm to see if they could just hang in there and lower its attack stat by 2, but that doesn't work very well with the shield coming up early, so my trials with that failed. I tried Latios because it had the Levitate ability in Charm and Thunder Wave, but that didn't work out. You just get nailed by Brave Bird and off you go. Blaziken sends you right on packing out of the raid den. See ya. The shield's low, though, at this point, so you know what? There's actually a decent chance that we may pull this one out. Almost on cue. Here's that Brave Bird, and out I go. Though I am purely confident that our Tera Bellibolt is going to knock that shield out. As I sit in the penalty box for 10 seconds, the turn that changes the tide of battle is upon us. 3 Parabolic Charges in a row. Bam, smashes through that shield. Timer's running low. Here I come back into the fold. Another Tera Bellibolt. The battle hangs in the balance. We get the electric terrain on the field. So I say, you know what? I'm going for it. If I have 1 turn left, I'm going for the Electro Drift. I can do something for my team. Here I come to steal the glory. Knock it out with the Electro Drift. Bang. And that's it. We've sealed the victory. You know, I've said this in the past, but sometimes if things aren't going well in a Tera raid, you can just kind of sit in the sideline a little bit and just use your cheers to your advantage. Sometimes that's your best play. Oh boy, this one was irritating me, but definitely a little bit of a challenge. Of course we're going to catch its ass. Here we go. Time for a Popeyes spicy Blaziken sandwich. Man, I really want Popeyes now. Cajun fries, spicy chicken sandwich combo. Whew, the best. So the next raid I did after this, it was the opposite, where we had 3 Miraidons and 1 Bellibolt. We actually also were victorious in that battle too. I think Miraidon is a better choice if you have a buddy or two that can hop in with it, because I think Miraidon's moveset requires a little more coordination. You got to communicate, make sure the metal sounds go off. Someone's got to charge up. It's harder when you have strangers online, whereas the Bellibolt, everybody can just kind of work off of the same strategy, use the acid spray. I mean, almost every lobby I went in with Miraidon, people are just absolutely spamming Electro Drift from the start. It's not going to work, people. Throw us up for more Indigo Disc content. I've got a fun Blueberry Academy Elite 4 challenge if you're up for it. Check it out. So far we did Lacey and Crispin. Others are on the way. Take it easy.